Today I'll be sharing my personal top 10 coasters. Let's dive right in. Number 10 is Manta at SeaWorld Orlando. This is a B&M flying coaster that opened in 2009. Sadly, these types of rides aren't super common anymore, but I love the sensation of flight that it gives you. This is one of the rides that got me back into coasters after a multi-year hiatus. Unfortunately, I'm getting a bit old now, so I can't handle the pretzel loop as well as I used to, but the theme and overall layout of this coaster is solid. I love that the queue is basically one big aquarium. Number 9 is Montu at Busch Gardens, Tampa. This is a classic B&M invert that put Busch Gardens on the map. I like the Egyptian theme and how the coaster interacts with the area. It also has a lot of positive forces and it frequently makes me gray out, especially on the Batwing near the back. I hope this ride continues to stay at Busch Gardens for many years to come, and thankfully it hasn't become rough like many other B&Ms have. Number 8 is the Incredible Hulk Coaster at Islands of Adventure. This was my first real roller coaster that I ever went on, and it immediately turned me into a coaster enthusiast. This ride originally opened in the 90s, but it was popular enough for Universal to completely rebuild it in 2016 to expand its lifespan. The second half of the ride meanders a bit, but overall it's still an amazing ride with a great layout, and that long shot of the tunnel is still one of my favorite elements on any coaster. Number 7, we have Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. This was the most expensive ride ever built when it opened in 2019, and it shows. While the ride isn't very thrilling, it more than makes up for in terms of theming and storytelling. It really feels like you're going through the Forbidden Forest, especially if you ride it at night. And Tampa and Universal really went all out with this coaster. It's got a vertical spike, a backwards drop, and 7 launches. The attention to detail in this ride is mind-blowing. It seems like every time I ride it, I know something new. Number 6 is Fury 325 at Carowinds. This B&M gig consistently ranks at the top of most enthusiast rankings. While it is an incredible ride, I think I hyped it up too much before riding it. But this ride is still elite. It gives powerful airtime and tons of positive forces. Going over the drop in the back row is an incredible experience. The seatbelts on the ride are a little bit of a bummer, but I understand they have to do it for insurance purposes. Number 5, we have Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Mock Rides built this in 2022, and in my opinion, it's Disney's best coaster. The backwards launch is fun and unique, and the scale of this ride is massive. It's over a mile long and it's completely indoors. Videos don't do it justice how massive this ride really is. The controlled spinning makes it even more fun, and the ride has some good positive forces in some spots. This is one of Disney's best additions in recent years. Number 4 is Mako at SeaWorld Orlando. This is a B&M hyper that opened in 2016, and it's my favorite roller coaster from B&M. I'm a sucker for airtime, and this ride consistently delivers. This ride is an airtime machine, and it's pretty long too. The clamshell restraints are some of my favorite restraints in the industry. The only ones I like more are the intimate lap bars like on VelociCoaster. Number 3 is Lightning Rod at Dollywood. I rode this back in the summer of 2022 and I instantly loved it. Like I said before, I'm a sucker for airtime, and this ride has some of the most sustained airtime I've experienced. And the quad down is one of my favorite elements on a coaster. I rode this before they added the high-speed chain lift, so I'm not sure if the ride would still be number 3 for me. Unfortunately, I've heard several people say that it completely ruined the ride for them, but I won't be able to say for sure until I'm able to get back out to Dollywood and ride it for myself. Number 2 is Iron Gwazi. This was originally supposed to open in 2020, but it got delayed because of the pandemic, but it was worth the wait. In terms of pure thrills, this is my favorite coaster. This coaster is the best version of all the classic RMC elements. Getting yanked over the lift hill while sitting in the back row is insane. A lot of people like the death roll as their favorite element, but for me, the first outer bank and the rolling thunder hill at the end right before the brake run are my favorites. Like every RMC, this one is best in the back row for me. The only gripe I have is the operations and the reliability. It can take several minutes to fully load and dispatch the trains, and the ride has a lot of downtime. And number 1, we have VelociCoaster. Even if this ride had none of the theming, it would still be near the top of the list for me. But the theming makes it so much better. Universal finally showed what they're capable of once this ride opened. It has everything we'd want in a coaster: 2 launches, intense airtime, and inversions. The queue for this ride is incredibly themed, and those Velociraptor animatronics are amazing and super detailed. The first half of this ride has some of the best theming I've seen on a coaster of this scale. You really feel like you're in Jurassic World. This has set the standard for modern roller coasters, and I'm excited to see what Universal has in store next. Let me know your top 10 in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more coaster content. See you next time.